A bakery was almost destroyed just because they refused to give an influencer free food.
How many syringes of lip filler do you get? I've never had lip filler in my life. Some of us just have really good genes.
Lopez, SEC has accused him of running a Ponzi scheme.
It just keeps getting worse. Every time you think influencers have hit rock bottom, they find a new way to outdo themselves. Because in this video, we're not just talking about fake luxury or rented cars anymore. We're exposing influencers blackmailing small businesses for free products, promoting fake business opportunities that are really pyramid schemes, and pretending they're living this glamorous life when behind the scenes, they're drowning in debt. From Botox perfection to broken blackmailing, this is the ugly side of influencer culture they don't want you to see. And the craziest part, some of these so-called micro-influencers are doing all of this for nothing and going broke while at it. So guys, welcome back to Influencers Lying. Let's expose what's really going on behind the filters, and let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below about today's episode. Otherwise, let's get right into today's video.
A bakery was almost destroyed just because they refused to give an influencer free food. At JL Pastry, a small bakery that survives on skill and hard work, a food influencer named Glamorama publicly humiliated them online. The reason? They refused to give her a free meal. Glamorama had messaged the shop asking for a collab, free desserts plus extra compensation in exchange for a promotional post on her social media. The bakery politely declined. Sorry, we don't have the budget. The next day, she showed up in person. Phone in hand, camera rolling, and with the tone of a judge passing sentence, she said, "The pistachio flavor here tastes fake, like cheap ice cream syrup." Within hours, her video exploded. Millions of views, thousands of comments calling the bakery fake, dishonest, a scam. No one knew she was only upset because she didn't get free food. Then she accused the bakery of attacking her, claiming she was just sharing her experience. But screenshots soon surfaced, proving she had asked for a free collaboration first. Now the internet's on fire.
Wow, that is a lot to unfold, and I am not surprised. Influencers are stooping lower and lower and lower, now resorting to blackmail. Not surprised. Honestly, I do get a lot of requests. I do a lot of TikTok shop. I do, I do make YouTube videos for you guys. And I do get reached out by companies fairly often to review products and stuff like that. Nothing wrong with working with other brands to promote products. However, I've never actually done the opposite and reached out to review a product and then demanded payment. Maybe I'm just not at that level yet. I mean, it's usually the other way around. They'll reach out to me. We'll go back and forth. Maybe I tell them what my rates are, what I value my time for. Maybe they have a budget that I say, hey, I can work within your budget. Let's try to get something happening here because I really support your brand, blah, 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 blah. But this is a whole other level. Let's try to extort money from a business and blackmail them using my influence. Holy cow. Whole other level. So she messaged this bakery saying, I want to review you guys. I'm in your area. I want to come and you're going to give me free stuff and then you're going to pay me on top of that because I'm doing the review either way. If you don't pay me and you don't want to work with me, I'm going to make my video a negative one about your company, that your products are terrible and blah, 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 blah. And you're going to get a lot of negative press. That is insane. It makes me think how many other influencers, food reviewers, influencers out there are doing this to small businesses and brands, because that is crazy. So let's see what it is that she said.
On a pastry if they are really good, but you cannot use fake ass ingredients. That pistachio color is about as natural as my boobs, ass, and waistline. The coffee was super sour and acidic.
Our pistachio paste, that is 100% pistachios from Italy.
$5 for a canali. I didn't even pay that, and Sandro fucking paid.
This is our panettone flour, straight from Italy.
Wow. Oh my God. So there you go. It's crazy how she's bashing this lady and she can't even tell the difference between real authentic ingredients that this woman is clearly ordering straight from Italy and having imported into the country from general stuff you can buy at Walmart. That's interesting. I need to come clean about something with you guys. I haven't exactly been the most honest about how often I eat my vegetables. Now, I bet most of you thought it was going to be way worse, so sorry to disappoint, but some days I just straight up forget. Now, thanks to Live It Up for sponsoring this video. Over the past couple of weeks, I've been adding Live It Up Super Greens into my daily routine, and honestly, it's been quite a game changer. I usually have it during lunch, and I leave it right on my counter, so I actually remember to take it. This is what I call habit hacking, because out of sight, out of mind. This is something I've learned doesn't work when I'm trying to build real habits. You gotta keep it in a place that you can see. Now, Live It Up was nice enough to send me some products to try, and the wild berry flavor seems to be my favorite. It tastes great, and it's actually something I enjoy taking every day. It's designed by dietitians, made with 20 plus superfoods and organic vegetables, and it's sugar-free, caffeine-free, gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, nut-free, and they say it supports digestion, gut health, and even natural energy. Honestly, unlike some things influencers hype up just for clicks, this is one thing I can actually say I've enjoyed adding as part of my daily routine. Now, if you want to make eating your daily greens effortless so you don't forget, then check out Live It Up Super Greens. You'll get 15% off your first order, free shipping, and a 30-day money-back guarantee if you don't like their product. Use my code Hayden15 or scan the QR code that you see on the screen, and obviously the links will be in the description. Remember guys, small consistent habits really do make a difference over the long term. Thanks again to Live It Up for sponsoring this video, and let's keep catching these influencers lying. And it's also crazy how many followers just blindly follow and listen to this lady and bash this restaurant or this bakery without trying it for themselves and giving their own opinion on it. So when I see, because obviously I have FOMO, I like to see people reviewing food. Who doesn't? I will go there if they make a good review, sometimes a bad one. It really depends. But I do judge, you do judge a book by its cover. I know I hate to say that, but when you go and look at pastries, if the pastries look good, that's the first step, especially with marketing, to purchasing something and buying it. It has to give a brand appearance. It has to look good. And then we go into the taste. That's how you date people. You go on first impressions, how they look. If they look good, then you decide to go out for a date, and then you get to see their personality. It's the same way. Oh, now this looked good. Now I'm going to try the pastry and make a decision. Does it taste good? Does it not taste good? But the fact that these people are like blindly hating on companies without going the extra step and tasting it for themselves is crazy, because honestly, all those pastries look delicious. The outside appearance looked phenomenal. So I would try it, even if she said they didn't taste that good. Anywho, I wanted to read a couple of comments that you guys left on the previous Catching Influencers Lying episode. And if you haven't seen those other episodes, I highly recommend you do. And also, if you want to get featured in the next episode, then definitely make sure to drop a comment down below. We own a boutique coffee shop, and we paid an influencer to advertise our desserts. Wow, we have a first-hand experience. If you guys have experiences like this, let me know down below. They were a nice couple and all. However, she kind of manipulated us to not advertise our croissants, since there is another coffee shop close to our area and she had a deal with them. She didn't even try our desserts because they were on a diet. Imagine being a food reviewer and being on a diet. There are a lot of things to talk about, but this is what people want. Nowadays, it is all about showing off. They don't care about the product. It is about them looking good in the place and the dessert looking good. I mean, I just spoke about this, so we'll touch back on it again. They don't even care about the taste. I've tried so many Cedric Olay desserts as it was advertised insanely. Oh, yeah, very popular baker. He makes some very insane videos and very cool looking pastries, and that would get me into the door, and then I would try them. And if I didn't like the way they taste, I just wouldn't go back. But it would certainly get me to go there over another business that their pastries didn't look good. That's just how we buy things, guys. That's how we go through life. It tastes like butter and plastic over it. I am sure it is not even the original recipe. Small shops suffer from this issue because they need some fancy influencer to show off your product. Otherwise, they won't even give it a try if it's not a fancy looking Instagrammable place. This is true, but you got to keep up with the times or you're going to be left behind. I hate to say it. It sucks. But that's how people do business. Like you could have the best tasting like croissant out there in the market, but if nobody knows about it and you're not advertising it, it doesn't matter. I could have the best YouTube videos and content out there, the best ones out there. I could pay a team $1 million to get the craziest, most A1 style movie production video out there. But guess what? If I have a horrible title and a terrible thumbnail, nobody's going to watch it. That's just how business is. It's marketing 101. So, the packaging of your product is huge. It is the first thing people see on the shelves. So you have to do both. I understand where they're coming from, but it is a big thing. And now with social media and everything, and the fact that people can't get the taste, from the camera, having your products look the part is a very important thing to focus on.
How many syringes of lip filler do you get? I've never had lip filler in my life, like literally ever. Some of us just have really good genes. What kind of lashes are you wearing? They look absolutely gorgeous. I'm not wearing any lashes. These are actually my natural lashes. I don't use mascara. I've never used like a lash serum to make them grow because they've always been super, super long. Like you guys can even see where they grow. Where do you usually get your acrylics done? Your nails are always so pretty. These are not acrylics. These are my natural nails. You could literally see that they're all natural and I just paint them myself. So
I'm crying.
Do you see that guy? Guys, there's a guy standing outside my car and he's like flirting with me right now. What? He just mouthed, "You're so hot." Go away. What were you just drinking? It looked so good. This is a green smoothie. I got it from Erewhon. It's like all natural, like grass and tree and things like that. It's really good. Healthy.
Grass and tree?
When are you going to announce that giveaway that you were doing 3 years ago? I already announced it, but privately. I messaged the person that won privately, and so that's that. I'm getting off now that you guys want to act like detectives over here.
I do wonder if these influencers actually do the giveaway and announce the winners. It's crazy. And that does remind me, we're going to be doing a giveaway here on the channel. Once we hit 100,000 subscribers, we're getting very, very, very close. And it's going to be a very large giveaway. And full transparency, I actually will be revealing the winners, as I have done with every giveaway here on the channel. So what does that mean for you guys? It means definitely go subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That even reminds me, lots of you guys were leaving comments on previous episodes. So every now and then I scroll through and try to read the comments. A lot of you guys are saying that you didn't realize you weren't subscribed to the channel and you thought you were. So definitely take a second and go check and make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Subscribing is completely free, fully transparent. There's no lying. I'm not lying to you. It's a completely free thing for you to do. And all it does by subscribing down below is let me know that you guys like to see videos like this and that I should keep making more videos, more influencers lying videos like this. So if it's not too much to ask, just give it a quick tap down below. This is KT Smith to a T. Now I need to go look up these influencers and see if she was actually playing the part. Larsa Pippen, is that you? This looks very natural. Ask any housewife. OMG twinsies. Oh my gosh, look at freaking Patrick Starr. The filter is struggling for its life. See, that's the thing too, and I see it all the time, especially in the fitness industry. They're dolled up to the nines. I mean, in the female fitness industry, I see it more because I really am into fitness and bodybuilding and stuff. And the BBLs, the fake boobs, the lip fillers, the Botox, and then saying, oh, this is all achievable naturally by buying my course and training. It's crazy, but it sells. I'm surprised it still works. I mean, it is getting better. The surgeries are slowly starting to look more natural, and they are fooling a lot of people, but this is the industry. Unfortunately, when your entire business is on the way you look and how people perceive you, people are going to take shortcuts so that they can look the part and sell and make more money. That's just how it is, and it always has been. Diet pills, fitness industry, steroids, performance-enhancing drugs.
Tai Lopez, the I'm in my garage guy, is facing some serious charges. SEC has accused him and his business partner, Alex Mayer, of running a Ponzi scheme in excess of almost $112 million. So
I guess they actually were his Lamborghinis that he just stole from other people. If you guys don't know who Tai Lopez is, you're living under a rock. This was like, he was the #1 dude in 2020. He was every single advertisement on YouTube. Every single video you watched was interrupted by Tai Lopez.
From 2020 to 2022, his company raised about $112 million from investors. They took that money and they bought equity in dying brands. Brands like Radio Shack, Pier 1 Imports, and even Dress Barn. He said he would take these companies from traditional brick and mortar stores and put them online as an e-commerce store. These investors were promised returns up to 25% annually, and he even promised monthly dividends as high as like 2%. But here's the catch, none of those brands are profitable. The SEC alleges that Lopez and his business partner misled these investors on purpose. These guys were claiming that their investor portfolio was on fire, that they had strong cash flow, but in reality, they were just using new investor money to pay old investors. Classic Ponzi scheme. Big shocker here, not really, is that they took about $16 million and they used it for personal things. Lopez and Alex Mayer are now facing some serious federal charges. This case is a reminder, and I'm sure we all need a reminder, that if it's too good to be true, it probably is. Follow to hear stories that most don't talk about.
It's crazy because what I'm really starting to see, it feels like to me, and correct me if I'm wrong, but like it doesn't take much now to be an influencer. I suppose celebrities, some of them could fit into this niche, but I would think in order for somebody to get famous or extremely popular, you had to have some sort of talent. Maybe that's still true. I don't know. They were actually good at something, skillful at something. Olympic athletes, crazy good BMX riders, skateboarders, surfers. I don't know. You had a very good talent. Chess player. I don't know. I mean, at least as an actor, if you got really popular with it, you were probably really talented. Really good at acting, because there's millions of actors out there and you don't really hear about many, but there are some that do really well, because I also think acting is probably pretty difficult. But nowadays it's like anyone can just go on TikTok, rant, and then they consider themselves an influencer. I really do think there's a difference between these influencers and maybe celebrities or famous people. I don't know, because now it's crazy. I'm seeing tons of TikTok channels with like 1,000 followers, 500 followers, and they're like, I'm a micro influencer. We're just going to call it something else? That's pretty general. That's a pretty general amount of followers. You're just a person on social media. I suppose you could be, I don't even like to label it. I don't even consider myself any sort of influencer. I don't even like the word. Maybe a content creator. I just like making videos and going on rants and talking about crazy stuff that's happening here that nobody else seems to talk about, because it drives me mad. The biggest issue with these influencers is that they are hurting people, because not everyone is smart enough to realize that they are lying to them. I 100% agree with this, and this is the problem. But businesses do it. It's not just influencers. But recently, we've had a huge push on personal branding, and lots of people focus on influencers than they do on TV commercials, advertisers, our big celebrities promoting stuff, because you would know for the most part that they're getting paid. Like if you saw Kim Kardashian promoting something on a TV advertisement, you'd be like, okay, she's getting paid. This is a paid promotion. But now the lines are grayed, because you have people that it's so informal now that are just on their phone and ranting, and you just feel like you have a much closer personal connection, that it's much easier to like lie and manipulate in that sense. You know what I'm saying? Because they could be like, oh, I just found this really cool product. It's great. I really like it. And they're not disclosing they were paid to promote it here, or it just feels so much more personal and more relatable that it's so much easier to sell. And big advertisers know this. That's why they're paying millions of dollars to micro influencers and regular influencers to promote their products, and people eat it up. So you got to disclose it. That's what I like to do here on the channel, as you clearly can tell, as you can clearly see by today's episode. Again? What is this, 3 times now we're stealing? This woman lives down the block from me.
I know you just put your hands behind your back.
Wait, what?
Put your hands behind your back.
Wait,
Don't fight it. Don't fight it. Don't fight it. Take a seat. We'll have a female officer here in a second.
Arrested again. I used to work at Target. They will let you keep stealing until it adds up to a felony. I mean, that is pretty much how they catch you, mainly because they can't push too many charges. If you're stealing $20, then it's a misdemeanor and you'll just go back and do it, or it's a slap on the wrist. They wait for it to pile up. They keep tabs on you, and then boom. It's the fact that she still had a platform after the first time she got caught, and all her followers were like, oh, it's okay. Everyone makes mistakes. These influencers are literally trying to sell you a lifestyle they can't even afford. And it goes even deeper than that because some of these influencers do get to a position where they are making so much money that they can afford these lifestyles. But here's the problem, and you're going to see it later on in today's episode. So many people aspire to these influencers and look up to them like role models, like superheroes, that they want to do the same thing and don't realize it's such a saturated niche now, and they go into tremendous amounts of debt. They try to copy it. They try to pretend, and it's just not affordable. It's not feasible. To live this bougie, lavish lifestyle costs a lot of money. And the big celebrities and influencers, A, get a lot of it for free, B, already have tons of wealth so they can afford it. When you're just starting off, it's very difficult to do.
So we recently had an influencer reach out to us and
let's read it. Hello, many friends have highly recommended your pastries. They look amazing. I saw the pumpkin one on TikTok. I was hoping to come to a real Saturday or Sunday. Would you be interested in a collab? Thank you. That sounds good. I don't see any issues with that.
asked to do a collaboration, and we respectfully declined because it was not in our budget right now. Then she essentially tried to blackmail us by saying if we offered the food for free, she would then write a good review about us.
When it's a collab, I will still do the honest review and highlight focus on what I enjoyed and be softer and quicker on my words with what I may not like as much. If the experience is terrible, I won't post anything for the kindness of the hospitality. That meal will need to be comped, including the gratuity. Oh my gosh. Hold on a second here, because this is kind of in my niche too. When it's a collab, I will still do the honest review, okay, and highlight focus on what I enjoyed and be softer and quicker on my words with what I may not like as much. Okay, so if she doesn't like it, she won't be as mean with it. Like she won't say, oh, this is disgusting. She'll say, this one isn't my favorite. Okay, that's being polite. She doesn't need to absolutely go to town. I think we can agree on that. If the experience is terrible, though, I won't post anything for the kindness of the hospitality. How do we feel about that? Do we want influencers to absolutely, maybe they had a bad day. Maybe they had a bad pastry. Do we absolutely destroy the small business? Or do we be nice and not post anything maybe that time and try to come back? I think there's a gray area there. What do you guys think? Is that okay? Should they do that? Or should they, this is a small business. They're reviewing. I don't know. But this is what's crazy. The meal will need to be comped, including the gratuity. So I wonder, she's just saying the collab at all has to be free. I don't want to pay for it.
She would then write a good review about us. I told her we'd think about it, but she still came in the next day. And although we hadn't agreed to collab with her, we recognized her when she came in, and we still were very accommodating and offered her extra drinks. So we totally respect a bad review. But what we don't like is lying and bullying. The first thing she said was that our pistachio was so faked. Fun fact, we have right here our pistachio paste that is 100% pistachios from Italy. All of our flours that we use in our product, the farine de blé, épeautre, gruyère rouge, all comes on a pallet from Europe. And also, this is our panettone flour, straight from Italy. It's written entirely in Italian.
She picked the wrong freaking woman to blackmail. Oh my gosh. Her luck of all people to pick. She picked someone that is like, you can tell has a serious passion for baking. Oh my gosh. This is unbelievable. Unreal.
Not bad for close to the airport bakery. Beyond the fact that we spend 10 times the amount of money to buy the ingredients, the most valuable part of our product is the time we spend to make them. From our sourdough starter to our dough, every single thing is handmade from scratch.
To make this, we spent 6 months to learn it, how to feed it, know how to work with it.
And it only likes the flour from Italy. And this isn't just about me. This specific influencer has gone to many different local restaurants and bullied them. The problem is if the next generation is influenced by her to believe it's okay to bully and disrespect the food industry. We like working with influencers, but acting like the working class is beneath you and promoting this kind of message on social media and bribing us for free stuff is not really something we support. My biggest pride in what I've built here isn't just how I source my ingredients, but it's having found the people to be in my team that wake up every day and that care about what we do, our processes, and that work really, really hard to do this. And most of all, thank you to our customers, sincerely, because it's thanks to you that since day one, I get to live my dream of having a bakery. And thanks to your support, I've been able to continue to be as true to my art.
Has anyone ever tried those pastries? Now I feel like I need to go try them. Like, do I go fly there, try them, and review them? I don't know. That's crazy, but they look delicious. They really did. And now, knowing how they were made prior, I'm really open to give it a shot. I've tried some stuff after influencers have reviewed them, and then I've driven there in Florida to Miami and stuff. Some of them are delicious, and others horrible. Influencers reviewed it, promoted it, said it was amazing. Then I went and tried it, and it looked nothing like it. So it goes both ways. I have seen it twice in different ways. We have influencers lying to promote certain businesses and saying they taste good, blah, 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 because they're getting paid. Vice versa, I've seen the businesses hype up their food, pastries and stuff like that, make the ones they give the influencers so much better than what they sell to general customers. I kid you not. I remember going to a place to get a croissant in Miami, and the influencer, they broke it open and it was just pouring out the filling. I said, oh my gosh, I need to try that. I went there, spent $10 insane on a croissant. Obviously I did other things during the day, but I went there, opened it up. There was nothing. I was screwed. I was scammed. So it certainly goes both ways. Everyone's at fault here.
Absolutely zero hate to Tara's world, but girl, what the hell do you want us to do about the fact that you're going broke because you couldn't budget your $10 million a year that you made, and you spent it all in a mansion and did an extra $1 million in renovations that you didn't need? And last time I checked, you also had bought a house in New York. It was an apartment, but like most people can't even afford one home. You've had two. You've also had 4 DUIs.
Oh my gosh.
You live a life of privilege. You even claimed one time that you rented an entire jet and took all your friends on vacation and pretended a brand paid for it. Like, hello. And you went viral for crying about the $15,000 Harry Styles tickets and then being like, no, I'm finna be in the pit. Like, I'm finna be in the pit. I get that we all spend money on stupid stuff, but you spent so erratically to the fact that you're not going to be able to keep up with this lifestyle for much longer. And I just don't even know if I truly believe that she's broke. Honestly, maybe she just wants to get out of the OF game. I don't know.
Interesting. Why would you even lie and say a brand paid for all? It's just a flex. At the end of the day, it's just a flex on the internet and make people feel below you. That's crazy to say a brand paid you to fly out to another place and paid for all your friends. Don't get me wrong. I know I and all of you would love to have a brand pay for an all-inclusive flight to a place and check it out. That'd be cool. And then you have to figure out, is it good? Did you enjoy the experience? How are you? If you had a terrible time, how are we now going to handle this situation? I got paid to do this. Do I disclose that this was bad? Or we can say it was made up? Because I have received products for promotion that I didn't like, but I spoke to the brand privately, discussed it, and they made it right. And then I made promotion. Sometimes I've been sent defective products, but they have great customer service, and they sent me one that worked, and then we're good to go. It was fine. But lying. So glad never to be influenced by these influencers. It's crazy to me that people that can afford things get free stuff all the time. They'll even message small business owners to ask for free stuff. Just pay for it. It's like the girl at the bakery asking the business to collab and then asking for a promotion. Interesting. I don't know, though. I think it goes both ways. I mean, I'm sure you would want free stuff, too, if you got it. But that is how the rich seem to get richer if they have an influence, if they are an influencer, because these brands, you got to think about it. Time is money. What they wear, what they show, what they have is promotion. They know will drive sales. That's why people, when they're, the NBA players and stuff have Gatorades or Prime energy drinks or stuff sitting next to them. Sometimes they won't put it there, or they'll take the label off because they don't want to be promoting stuff. They know it has value. And I think there's nothing wrong with it. I don't think there's anything wrong with getting free stuff too from brands. I don't know. What's your guys' opinion on that? I don't think there's any inherently wrong issue from getting free stuff from brands, but what I have an issue with is maybe not disclosing that it was free or paid for. In a sense, like, I mean, I make TikTok shop videos and it says paid promotion right on the bottom. You know, it says I'm working with this brand and I make money off it with an affiliate link. The video that you're watching right now was sponsored by Live It Up, which is a great company. I tried the product. The product is great. I've been drinking it for several weeks now, and it's totally fine. It might not be for everyone, but that's okay. But it's disclosed. Not only did I say it, but it's also disclosed as paid promotion on the YouTube video. I don't think there's any inherently wrong issue with that. But you guys can let me know.
Nobody wants to be an influencer until you're $16,000 in debt and now you have to work retail jobs in order to support your passion because it is not consistent. Let me tell you the story on how I went from riches to rags. And this is a really real thing that people go through. And I've made a lot of decisions in my life that I'm not entirely proud of, but I've also done a lot in my career as an influencer, as someone who's been doing this for like 8 years. From the middle of 2023 or the end of 2023 to now, my brand deals were just getting slower and less and less and less and less. And I was like, is it me? And like my content was still doing good. I was still posting. The engagement was really good. And I was just like, do I need to get management? Like, I don't know what's going on. But my income decreased incredibly. It was giving crickets. I would check my inbox and there would be nothing. Is it me? Is it my content? Do I need to switch things up? So I would try different things and still nothing. The only thing I was surviving on at that point was a year-long contract I had with a really big brand, which was one of the 5-figure deals that I had. So I wasn't working any other job. I was just doing content creation, and I started realizing like, whoa, I'm gonna need to get another job because I feel like the money is gonna run out eventually, right? And I have to pay rent a month. And if you live in New York, you know rent is expensive, groceries are expensive, inflation is inflationing, okay? Things are just getting more and more expensive. As I was getting a smaller and smaller income, my credit card bill was racking up higher and higher and higher. When you get brand deals, sometimes you have to wait like 60 to 90 days to get paid. I always try to negotiate for a month, but brands take a long time. And sometimes you gotta hunt these brands down. So it's not like I was getting a paycheck every single week. I should have been putting money to the side. I should have been paying my credit card off like more frequently because I let things rack up very, very quickly with how many charges I was putting on the card. And then it got to a point where it was way too much and I didn't have the money for it. Now I was being charged interest on this card. At the same time, I went to do my taxes and they told me I had owed a diabolical number. So now the money that I'm getting from these brand deals basically is all going to my taxes because I, dummy, learned from my mistakes, did not put money away when I was getting all this money. I just was spending to create more videos and I wasn't managing money and I was not financially literate. I'm just gonna put that out there right now. Anyways, ever since then, the debt has racked up. The interest had been killing me. So I had been working part-time jobs in order to pay it off, and I'm still working part-time jobs in order to pay it off because it's just really tough, which makes it very hard for me to create content because I feel like I have this crushing weight of my finances on me.
Yeah, I totally understand that. And that's why this influencer thing is a lot more difficult than people seem to realize. You're no longer a W-2, you're a 1099. You have to go into it with the mindset of this might not be here tomorrow. I might not be here tomorrow. FYI, YouTube also pays monthly, not weekly, not bi-weekly, not every 2 weeks. Every month you get a paycheck. So you have to learn very quickly how to budget yourself, how to squirrel money away. You have to be a saver or you can go broke so quickly chasing this influencer thing. And I still believe that there's a chance, you know, I could lose everything. You have to go into it thinking, oh my gosh, I could lose it all. And that's why I always save as much money as I possibly can to cover things like the massive tax bill that I have. I have to pay pre-tax, you know, multiple estimated taxes quarterly. So truly what this is just financial illiteracy, not understanding how it works. And also it could almost be like an excuse to keep up with the Kardashians and then just say, oh, well, I'm an influencer. Look, I film my videos. I see it here more and more times than not. I see lots of people walking around filming their bougie lifestyle, and they probably also think they're an influencer with 1,000, 10,000, 50,000 followers here. but their lifestyle is so freaking expensive, and this is their excuse. Well, I'm an influencer for why I have to spend all this money. So it's crazy. I can go more in depth about this in another video if that's what you guys are interested in, but that is going to be it for part 4 of catching influencers lying. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. And if you haven't subscribed, highly recommend you do so. Smash the like button, turn on post notifications. Giveaway at 100K. We're almost past 70K. We probably are at 70,000 subscribers by the time you guys see this episode here. Huge shout out to Live It Up again for sponsoring today's episode. And if you haven't already seen part 3 of Catching Influencers Lying, definitely make sure to check it out right after this. Peace.